Hey there, this is Red. It's time for Red Reveals. Now, I'm not revealing anything Keyforge, but actually the deal is I'm not exactly sure what it is I'm revealing. So, today I got a box from Quartermaster Logistics, which is usually a Kickstarter delivery. But I'm not sure what it is that I Kickstarted that's supposed to be delivered at this point. So, let's figure out what's in the box. All right. Now you probably know already because I probably labeled this video with something that tells you what it is, but right now I do not recall what it is that I have coming because so much stuff has been put on hold. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got bubble wrap, yay! Oh, here's what we've got. It's Heroes of Tenefyr. All right, so that means I need to put a link up in the corner to one of my old Heroes of Tenefyr videos. Lots and lots of bubble wrap. Okay, get that out of the way. And we've got stuff. All right, so number one thing we've got here is it looks like a play mat. So let's open that up and we can get a more thematic play mat going. So let's see what we've got. All right, Heroes of Tenefyr play mat. Oh, that's pretty nice. Look at that. All right, so as you advance through the dungeon, the threat's going up. These are your rooms that you've got out there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which you can't see because it's hidden behind my shiny face up there. But you can see them down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and then there's the other piles for where you're grabbing stuff from, and then you've got your boss right there. Pretty awesome. All right, and the other thing that comes with this set is the expansion. So we've got Heroes of Tenefyr, the Second Curse. So let's see what's in here. So if we take a look at, there's the front of that. Is that too big for over here? Oh, wow, that's really big. There we go, and it's kind of blurry because I'm zoomed into card height, but you can kind of see what's going on there. 164 cards. 6 new heroes. What do we have here? I'm going to read it over here where I can read it. So 164 cards, 6 new heroes, 4 new bosses, 78 dungeon cards, and more. 20 tokens, 7 card dividers, 1 achievement sheet. So let's see here. There's a neat little blurb on the back here. It says, "Hear now this warning song. Tenefyr was saved, but not for long. Eerie stones rose from the forest floor. Strange mists crept from door to door. From the rivers, mountains, and the wood, there emerged creatures up to no good. New monstrous threats have been seen. Heart of the forest, a sea of green. But fear not, help is on the way. New champions will enter the fray. With magic and blade by their side, they can help turn the tide. These new heroes, strange and diverse, will fight and break the second curse." All right, so it says the second curse adds new heroes, new bosses, and more to Heroes of Tenefyr. Fight monsters together and prepare for the final battle in this cooperative deck building game. All right. So this is an expansion to the base game, which I don't have handy because I didn't know that this was what was coming. So I should have known actually because I think I remember getting an email that this would be shipping soon. So, but there's a few of them that are kind of in that state right now. So I'm hoping like holidays, I'm gonna have this rush of things that were kickstarted that got kind of caught up in the whole COVID thing and are now flowing out. So let's see what's in here. So we've got Heroes of Tenefyr. We've got a nice little, looks like a little manual in there. All of, what is that? That's 8 pages there. So pretty quick. And hey, it talks about the heroes that we've got. It says there's a Techno Mage, got a Ranger, Enchanter, the Grave Master, and the Tactician. We've got these must be the bad guys. Yeah, we've got a Bog Witch, thousands of goblins. Spider Queen is the other one. Oh no, it's a reprint of the first edition Spider Queen. So it's corrected in this version. Cool. All right, so we've got our achievement list. Let's see here. I'll throw this over here so you can see that. There's the achievement list. There we go, going down. There we go. All right, so you do all this stuff and you're ultra cool is the deal. I haven't really done much of the achievement lists from the first game, so I am not ultra cool. All right, let's see here. We've got some location. Oh, these are our dividers. You can see what's going on there. Pop them open. And so we got our dividers there. You can see little markers up in the corner there, letting you know what they are. Nice, pretty cards. All right, set those out of the way. Nope, here's, we'll do a close-up. Boom. Nice artwork. Very pretty. All right. Wait, it looks just like this. Amazing how that works. Okay, we've got some tokens. Oh, tokens, let's see what we have for tokens here. Looks like a set of kind of coggy things and +1, +2s. Let you know what's going on there. Set those up in the corner there, and then we got cards. Lots and lots of cards. All right, so we've got small cards and we got big cards. Let's see here. I think what I'm gonna do is let's try zooming into the cards a little bit, and I think I'm going to pull the camera in just so you can see the cards here. I could go to my little blow up screen, but it gets kind of tough when we go through this many cards. So I'm going to shake my camera. We're going to zoom in, and then I'm going to adjust my focus manually here because I don't like when it goes in and out all the time. So I think we're good there. All right. And stop bouncing around, maybe. Yes, okay. So let's take a look at the small cards here. We have here, it looks like a wolf. The wolf deck. It says it's the wolf deck. And the entire thing is the wolf deck. All right, so you've got an alpha. You take one wolf card from your choice from the reserve and put it into your wolf discard pile. You've got a bite, got a play, 1, 2, 3 of those. Howl, 1, 2, 3, 4 howls. Then you have a fetch, 1, 2, 3, 4 fetches. Then you got a rip, 1, 2, 3, 4 rips, and then a growl. 1, 2, 3, 4 growls. So this looks like this works with the ranger. So I think that's where the wolf deck comes into play. All right, so now of our 2 other decks, we have something that starts with monsters. And this looks like more monsters. So I think we'll start, these look like the lower level monsters. So let's start here and go through this first. Okay, we've got a little, oh, there it is. I see the thing. There's a little thing right here. That's the little open it up tab, which I just trimmed my fingernails, which was a bad time to do it if new cards were coming. So I should not have done that. I'm gonna have to poke at it with my knife a little bit. Be super careful not to harm the cards and just get right underneath that. There we go, got it. Okay, I think we got it anyway. Yeah, got it. All right, there we go. Yeah, cards, look at that. Love the smell of new cards. All right. Let's see what we have here. We have a cave snake. So these are our low-level monsters here. So it looks like we got a snake, a crag-faced thug, a gargoyle. Now, for those of you that haven't played the game, the way it works is when you defeat the monster, then the card that's on the other side comes into your deck, which is pretty cool. So actually, the way I should probably do this, let's go back for a second. So we got our cave snake, and maybe I should flip them. So those of you that actually want to read them can read the opposite side a little bit easier. All right, we've got a crag-faced thug. And then a gargoyle. Giant bats. And we have a patience on the other side of that. We have Goblin Berserker with a lunge on the other side. Goblin Druid. Connect with Nature. We have a Goblin Hornblower with a Horn Blast. Lots of goblins. Got a Goblin Sorcerer with a Minor Trick. Got an Orc. Gives you Quick Strike. Make sure I'm staying on the camera here. Got an Orthound. And on the other side, we have a Coordinate. All right. Balanced Spirit with a Calculated Thrust. Oh, not balanced, Balancing Spirit. Looks like we've got two of those with the Calculated Thrust on the other side. And we have Clockwork Critters with a Charged Punch on the other side. We have the same thing again. We have a Cragface Elite. It has Borrow on the other side. So I'm seeing a lot of these come through are themed specifically for the characters, right? If you are Thief or if you are Tactician, so you want to beat those characters to use that. So Goblin Sneak. And on the opposite side, we've got a Clever Maneuver. Some Growlings. So the other thing to point out is the way the game works is if you're 2-player, you need that much to defeat them. 3-player, you need that much. And 4-player, you need that much. So, all right. And then we've got a Song of Splendor. Singing Shrooms. That's interesting. I've heard many tales of the singing shrooms. And we've got a Repelling Tone on the other side. All right. Raging Orc. Fury Blows. We have a Shade Shifter. Looks a little bit like, maybe not quite like the Slender Man, but getting close. Can Emulate on the other side. Looks like there's two of those in there. A Saber-Tusk Boar. He looks pretty mean. And he's got an Animal Bond on the other side. So there's, if a ranger, it looks like it gives your wolves some things to do. Or your wolf. I guess you have one wolf, not wolves. All right, we've got a Saber-Tusk Boar again, and he's got the Animal Bond on the other side. We have a Troubled Spirit with a Sift on the other side. And it looks like a couple of those. Vexing Fiend with a Righteous Cleave on the other side. And that's kind of a cool name. I like the Righteous Cleave for the Paladin. A couple of those. Frogland Ranger with a Guidance on the other side. Zombie with a Minor Healing. A Peckish Plant. Nature's Blessing. Another one of those. Then we have a Cackling Spirit. And Spirit Whispers. Clockwork Golem. He looks pretty cool. And he's got a Revitalizing Surge on the other side. A Leeching Spirit. Looks kind of like Slimer, except the wrong color. And he's got a Lingering Power. Two of those. A Lobster Bear. That's an interesting looking thing. That's not a monster I've heard of before. All right, Lobster Bear and a Pack Behavior. I don't know that I'd want to fight a Lobster Bear. That's actually kind of scary looking there. But I bet there's a lot of meat on those, so that might be an interesting a snack there. All right, a Loot Crab. That, crabs eat kind of nasty stuff. I don't know that I want one that's a Loot Crab. That sounds even worse. We've got an exchange on the other side. Now, looking at that Loot Crab, it looks like there's somebody on him piloting him. So is it like a pirate ship crab? I don't know what's going on there. All right, a Mushman. Looks like your shroom dude. He's got Instruct on the other side. So that's an example of how when you see those cards that come through that are like for the Paladin, so this one says you can choose a card from your discard pile and put it into another player's discard pile, so you can get those types of cards over to other players. That's a really handy card to have. There's 2 of those in there. All right, we've got a Frogland Slaver. Ooh, these Froglands are bad dudes. He's got Regroup, Unsettling Fiend. Ooh, he looks pretty awesome. On the other side, you've got a Minor Blessing. All right, we've got 2 of those. Zombie Ogre. That's a pretty big dude. Look at what it takes to take him out. Wow, 18 with 4 players. Yeesh, for level 3. Have Banishment on the other side. We've got a Monstrous Moss with Transform. 2 of those. Floral Fiend. We have Enrich on the other side. Animated Armor with an Intimidate. Oh, we've got a Chomping Chest. We've got Scavenge on the other side. That's a Feral Wolf. W-U-L-F-F. Interesting. Guess that's different than the wolf. This is a wolf. I don't know how you pronounce that differently. That's accompanied by Unleash the Wolf. You have a Grim Spirit, which has Spirit Surge. A Mechator. That's cool. That looks like a mechanical minotaur there. He's got Charge Up on the other side. Got 2 of those. We've got a Mystic Owl with Companionship on the other side. Silent Fiend with a Slash of Faith. You have the Silver Sphinx with Recuperate on the other side. That's nice artwork. I like that. We have the Tinkafale Drainer. Essentially, that looks kind of like your Illithid there. Mind Flayers. Gotta love a game with Mind Flayers. He's got a Firm Grasp on the other side. We have the Unchained Monstrosity. Ooh. With the Protective Aura on the other side. We have a Shadow Striker. It has Cunning Plan on the other side. Oop, starting to shift a little bit. All right. Ravenous Roots with a Repurpose. We have a Smolder Wing. Pet Phoenix on the other side. Oh, okay, so that, I'm not sure if this is a step, this must be a step up from the other bear that we saw out there, the Lobster Bear. Now we have a Walrus Bear, who's got tusks also. And what the heck is that? Even-handedness is what we've got there. All right, I've got a Clockwork Giant who has Unleash on the other side. And we have a Dwarf champion. So I'm guessing that's the Evil Dwarves, or the Dwarfs. With Brute Force on the other side. All right, so that was the, how many level 5s did we get in there? 1, 2, 2 of the level 5s. So we got into a few of them. I think looks like most of them are in this second deck here, which start with another Dwarf champion. So let's open these up. I'm not even going to go for the little pull tab. I'm going to go up to the top. And we're going to try and go through where they sealed it together. Start from there. There we go. That worked better. I'm happy with that. All right. There we go. Last deck of cards here. So we've got another Dwarf champion with Brute Force. A Serpiens Lasher, which would make sense because it's a serpent. But what the heck is going on Oh, that's the whip. I thought that was coming out of his nose. That's his whip coming up and around. It looked like he was shooting some like nose goo or something out there. That's his whip. I see. Which he's got whip crack, so that kind of makes sense. I see how that all goes together. So there's two of those. We've got a Serpian's Lookout. And he's got Swerve. Shrewd Tinkerfail. With Remember on the backside. All right. Oh, cards are in the opposite direction, so we're going to have to do a flip here. Let's see here. So here is the Grave Master's skill. All right. So let's see what it says here. These I'm going to read because that's our main characters here. So Grave Master's skill. If you are the Grave Master, you may discard this card from your hand to shuffle one card of your choice from your discard pile into your deck. If this card is in your discard pile, you may draw a basic 0 card from your hand. Discard a basic 0 card from your hand to draw this card. Interesting. Okay. There's a whole bunch of recycling of things. It gives you kind of a good selection of things that are in your discard pile. Pretty cool, like the Grave Master skill. All right, we've got the Paladin skill, which is if you are the Paladin, you may discard the top card of your deck to double the power of one of your cards. And each player may shuffle up to 2 cards of their choice with 1 power from their discard pile into their deck. Wow, okay. So you get a little of a boost, kind of like a Holy Aura type thing going on. Plus, there's a little bit of a heal there. Like it. All right, Tactician Skill. If you are the Tactician, you may shuffle this card into your deck. If you do, one player may search their deck for a card of their choice and put it on top of their deck, and you may draw 1 extra card. Wow, that's nice. That's pretty cool. That is a nice power. All right, Techno Mage. If you are the Techno Mage, you may gain 2 gears, and you may draw 1 extra card, or you may spend up to 7 gears. This card gets +1 for each gear spent. All right, so now we know why you got gear tokens. Because the Techno Mage is going to be making some gears. All right, then you've got your Ranger skill. If you are the Ranger, you may discard the top 2 cards from your deck to let your Wolf take a turn. Your Wolf draws 2 cards during its draw step. Oh, okay, so you can go to your Wolfie doing things. All right, Enchanter skill. If you are the Enchanter, you may draw 3 enchantment cards, choose 1, and enchant a dungeon of your choice, except the current dungeon. Discard the other 2 enchantment cards, and you may draw 1 extra card. So it looks like there's going to be some neat effects for the Enchanter there. All right, so then we've got the Grave Master. You've got your Paladin. Oh, he's a Centaur. That's pretty cool. Didn't realize that. Got the Tactician. The Techno Mage, the Ranger. Usually are these? Okay. Got the Ranger, same on both sides. The Enchanter. All right, pretty cool. So the way the game works is usually if you're playing 2-player, I believe, you get 2 abilities. And if you're 4-player, you get just 1. And these are your main characters, but then your skill that goes with that character is going to go into your deck. So that's kind of how these play out. So the character cards really don't do a whole lot. They're just kind of a representation. They stay out in front of you. It's the skills that are really the things that go into your deck as you build your deck. All right. If you want to understand more about that, go watch the Heroes of Tenefyr base thing that I did, which I'll put a link up in the cornery thing over there. Yeah, over there. All right. So what we're looking at here are the bosses, I believe. All right, so we've got a Ancient of the Wood. And there's going to be multiples of them because you have to defeat the boss multiple times. So, and they're going to have, usually they have a little bit different effects on each of them. All right, so we've got Ancient of the Wood, Ancient of the Wood, Ancient of the Wood, and Ancient of the Wood. All right. Then the other one is Thousands of Goblins. We've got one. Hopefully there's not thousands of goblins. There's another one. Pause long enough so that you can read them potentially, or I guess, you know, this will be out on a thing and you can just pause the video if you want to read them too. Try not to go through them too fast. There's a lot of thousands of goblins cards. So that's where you see you've got 8 instead of 4, right? So there should have had 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So you're going to need to get through all that at the end of the game. Ouch. All right, the other big bad is the Bog Witch. So we've got one, that's the second one, the third one, and the fourth one should be the last Bog Witch. There we go. And Faces in the Mist. We got one, our second one, third one, and the fourth one. All right, and a Swamp Leech. So we're back to, those are all of our bad guys because they got the big skulls in the corner. It looks like we're back to some monsters here. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got a Swamp Leech with Mild Panic. Cut it off. Get it off, not cut it off. All right, I wonder if the Bog Witch, oh, I bet the Bog Witch has some ability. I don't know. I wonder how those Swamp Leeches get out there. I've got a feeling some other card will make them come out there. Because I'm not reading them, I guess I'm not seeing it. So we will find out later. All right, we've got the Spider Queen, which is our other big bad. There should be 4 Spider Queen. What? No? What am I missing there? 1, 2, oh, there's 3 Swamp Leeches and the Spider Queen. So those 3 must go together. All right. Interesting. All right. Then as you defeat these dungeons and go through them, there's reward cards. So what happens is you don't really get to see them. Well, actually, there's a point where you do get to see them. But anyway, as you get the rewards, I'm trying to remember the game now. I do think they're placed out so that you can see them, so you figure out which ones you want to go after. All right, so the rewards are when you clear out one of these rooms, you can get those rewards, and then you get to choose which one you want. So, like for this one, this would be for, I believe they're for different levels. Yeah, so this would be for a level 1. When you clear out the level 1 dungeon, you would be able to choose one of these 2. So, next combat, you can draw up to 2 extra cards. Or you may remove up to 2 cards from I can't speak. You may remove up to 2 cards of your choice from your deck. So that's good to help thin your deck or get rid of things that you don't want in your deck. So, all right. So you get these when you defeat these dungeon areas. So let's go through these. So there's a level 1, our first level 1 reward. There's our second one. And you get to choose 2 of those. That's kind of nice. So we have a set of level 2s. And then we move on to our level 3s. So these are kind of our middling ones here. There's another choose 2 out of 3. There's our level 4s. And another choose 2 out of 3. Level 5s, and a 2 out of 3. All right, so now we see some enchantments. Not sure how enchantments play into the game. During combat in this dungeon, whenever an enemy forces a player to discard cards, that player may discard 1 card less. Discard this card when the last enemy in this dungeon is defeated. So it looks like the enchanter has the ability to throw these enchantments on stuff. It's pretty cool. So we've got a refreshing stream, some illuminating wisps, Inspiring Whispers. Grasping Vines. Rumbling Earth. Fungal Fumes. That goes with the mushroom folks that you were seeing in there before. A Mystical Banana. When you enter this dungeon, choose one player. During combat in this dungeon, you may discard this card to let the chosen player draw 2 extra cards during their turn. Take it. It will give you strength when you need it most. The Mystical Banana. All right. Glacial Walls. Natural Bounty. Cleansing Entrance. Bladed Brambles. All right, and some curses. Oh, no, the curses come into play. It doesn't look fun, though. At the start of each combat in the dungeon, the starting player discards the top 2 cards from their deck. Ooh, yuck, that's gonna, ugh. So your deck kind of helps determine how far you can go through a dungeon, so getting rid of 2 cards, that's a bad thing. Ugh, enemies get +2 power. Yikes, I don't like these. These seem pretty evil. So we've got to wait. Don't open that. Commentary's good. We have, what's this one? In the dungeon, basic 1 cards get -1 power, and basic 0 cards get +1 power. That's got you all, yep, everything feels upside down here. All right, and we've got kind of a track. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I like this. So what we've got here is, got a little track that comes as cards. So that was one of the things that I was kind of hoping for, was this game is a very card-based game. There really isn't the need for the big mat or anything. You could potentially play just taking the cards with you. So it's nice to have a track that's based on the cards. You could potentially just throw the set of cards that you need in this box here and have a much more portable game, which is really cool. I like that. And you don't have to have the big mat. You could set it out. That gets you back to, like, one of the games I really like is One Deck Dungeon, because it's nice and portable. And this allows you to kind of move into that portability mode. So awesome. I'm excited about this. I'm going to have to go back and play another games of Heroes of Tenefyr. And let's see what else we got here. So we've got our rules, just a recap there. There's our rules. And it kind of lists all the contents that I went through there. Now that I'm zoomed in, let me open up the rules so that if anybody wants to pause the video and take a look at the rules, then you can take a look at the rules. I'm not going to read all of them because I want this video to be, maybe under an hour or 2. So, and actually that's not that many rules. It's a pretty small amount of rules. But if you want to catch what's in here, then this is what you need to take a look at. And can I get that glare out of there? There we go. Well, I had it out of there for a second. Hopefully my fingers aren't covering up too much stuff. All right. And then the last page we've got there is the legendary mode. All right. So I think that's random curses. Instead of reward card, place a random curse next to each of the level 6 dungeons. Ouch. Okay. That's where the curses come into play. All right. So there we go. That's Heroes of Tenefyr, the second curse. Really excited and love getting new games. So I guess let me know if you guys are interested in this. The base set was a lot of fun. I've got a playthrough out there. I think it's a nice game to look at because it's not all that complicated and it plays pretty quick. The characters in it are a lot of fun. They've got a lot of neat special abilities. I did think that the base game could really use an expansion like this to get a little bit more variety in there, because I think while you get to shuffle the decks up and it makes things random, the number of monsters and stuff that came in the base deck, if you played this a decent amount, you would be running into the same thing over and over again. So I think this is a much needed expansion to add some variety to the game. So those of you that played and kind of opted out, maybe you want to get back in because there's new stuff. So anyway, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.